So we're back on Raw here for the PG era rebooked. We're in the July week 1 Monday of 2013. I say that date specifically because that's a very special date. All because it is the 1 year completed anniversary of for this save. Like, you haven't seen 1 year of it. 1 year would be after Elimination Chamber. But it's still, good for me because I really liked, I've loved this save. I love doing it, both off of YouTube and on YouTube. It got me back into YouTube. So, just to have a whole year completed, it's mind blowing to me because, especially for like WWE, my saves barely go over that time. I did have a TNA save go for a pretty decent amount of time, but nothing on the level of this. But yeah, no, we have 1 year, and we're gonna open up with an awful pre-show match. I think that's how the first show opened up anyway. We had Astra Duma and Sheila Melissa team up to take on the team of Latina America, Zelina Vega and Navi Angel. Zelina Vega gets hit with the air raid crash from cheerleader Melissa. And, so I guess the live crowd knows, oh, cheerleader Melissa is still alive, but the Bellas still don't. But what are you going to do? Debuted a new spot that got great heel heat. I assume the new heel spot was like biting into someone's neck because she's probably a vampire now. But anyway, we have the opening segment of the show in which Wade Barrett, the #1 contender for Kofi Kingston's WWE title, comes out, flanked by the rest of England's finest. The stable come out, but mostly Wade Barrett does the talking. He talks about, Kofi Kingston. He has some stipulations in mind. As the #1 contender, Vince McMahon has given him the right to choose the stipulations that will be voted on for Cyber Sunday. But he also says that because of what happened with CM Punk, he is getting another shot at the WWE title. He complains that he should be getting the shot now. CM Punk has gotten too many shots. Wade Barrett hasn't gotten one. I believe that actually Wade Barrett, the last one-on-one shot, he has to have a one-on-one shot at Survivor Series against Punk, which got the my first ever 100-star match. But that's besides the point. He also talks about how Douglas Williams and Nicholas Magnus, they're going to be involved in a triple threat tag team match against their dreaded enemy, The Shield. This fills up the last spot of the Fatal 4-Way for Cyber Sunday in that big old tag team match that the Motor City Machines have placed out. That match is next. And let's see how that match does. In an 89A, always good to see some great tag team action. We have The Shield with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose picking up the win over John Morrison and RTruth, a pretty, standard tag team. And a not triple threat. They beat the concept of a triple threat. No, they beat England's finest as well when Seth Rollins hits Nicholas Magnus with the Phoenix Splash in 1735. Seth was off his game for some reason. Still got a 74. John Morrison obviously did the best with a 93. John Morrison is awesome. We have, I'm trying to see here, notably, Roman Reigns apparently suffered bar fight injuries. I'm not sure what that is. I guess he had a fight with the APA. Why, I don't know. But yeah, no, we have The Shield. It's official. It's The Shield, Second City Selfies, World's Greatest Tag Team, and the Motor City Machines for Cyber Sunday. Fatal 4-Way tag action for the WWE Tag Team titles. So we have that match to be hyped up forward to. And Mick Foley's like, bruh, you sustained bar fight injuries. And then we have a squash match, which pretty much is just Roman Reigns beating the shit out of Tyler Reeks. He punts him in the head for good measure, just kills this poor kid right in the Fargo Dome, right on WWE Raw TV. Then he gets a microphone and he just says, you know what? Enough is enough. He's like, I should be fighting for the WWE Championship. I came to Raw for the WWE Championship, but instead, I'm fucking about with The Miz and CM Punk. He goes, Punk, obviously, I hate Punk, because there's not a lot of people Randy Orton like. But he goes, but if there's anyone I hate, it's The Miz. The Miz has been running around here crying for months, talking about destiny, and just, crying in general, and just, meh. And it's annoying the crap out of me. And he's getting real close to just getting an RKO out of nowhere in the hallways. That's when The Miz comes up. And The Miz, has a microphone as well, one with the upside down M. And he says, Randy, so far we have been destined to fight, all three of us, Punk, The Miz. He goes, we're going to do this dance for a while, but I actually agree with you. I should be doing better things. I should be WWE champion right now. Granted, everyone on the roster thinks they should be WWE champion, but the difference between them, you, and me is that I deserve it. I am the standard bearer for what WWE is going to become in the future. You just wait and see. And then Randy Orton's like, you know what? We're done with this. He goes, if you really want it, how about this? Cyber Sunday, you and me one-on-one again, and I can just prove that you're just full of shit. And, yeah, how about we have a match? And The Miz, he just doesn't say anything, he walks away. So we don't know, are they going to have a match? Will Randy Orton and Miz go one-on-one again? Who knows? Next, we have the second member of the Shield. We have Dean Ambrose taking on the United States champion for his championship. Yujiro Takahashi manages to defeat Dean Ambrose with the Tsushisha Otoshi. I'm going to assume I pronounced that wrong. But during the match, the lights went off. Bray Wyatt distracting Takahashi. But still, Takahashi manages to make defense his second defense ever of his United States Championship in an 81B. And then after that, Bray Wyatt runs out and just starts beating the crap out of Yujiro Takahashi. And clearly being not able to go for the WWE Championship, he's going to take what he gets. And, you got to assume that, these guys, their championship, the United States Championship, Bray Wyatt held that to a pretty high standard. He held it for a long time. He held this in TLC from the end of 2012 to just at Over the Limit. And he's beaten some interesting names like Roddy Piper, John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin. And for this guy who's like literally a pimp to just kind of take the title, probably irks Bray Wyatt and that whole creepy factor he has going for him. So clearly Bray Wyatt obviously wants that title shot. We'll have to see how that goes, if it's going to be at Cyber Sunday or not. Next we have a promo, AJ Lee backstage, the Divas title draped over her. And she's pretty much running her mouth. She says the open challenge is open for anyone at Cyber Sunday. And I'll explain the voting process soon. Well, actually, I'll just explain now. Basically, for the poll I'm running, for most of the matches have like 3 options, just to keep it simple. To keep it fun for this one, AJ Lee's open challenge I'm going to put every woman available on the roster, and just you can vote for any one of them. So you think Selena Vega is going to get a shot at the Divas title? Maybe you're right. We'll have to come to see. But, she talks about Beth Phoenix, Madison Lane, Velvet, all, the basic kind of proponents of WWE's Diva division in this current save. And she, you want some, come get some, basically. Fairly simple promo, and a good promo at that one. In another awesome tag team match, the Dragon Aces pull up an upset against the WWE Tag Team Champions when Tanahashi hits the Dragon Sleeper on Sabin, forcing him to tap out. And Shelly wasn't able to make the save because Shelton Benjamin had run down, distracting Shelly. So, the world's greatest tag team getting a semblance of revenge against the Motor City Machines, causing them to lose to Dragon Aces. Tanahashi hasn't been seen on TV in a while, but Tanahashi's doing really good with that 74. I just gotta say, and them, Sabin and Shelly obviously are great as well. And then there's obviously just Yoshi Tanahashi. Just 64 being the lowest rating is definitely not bad, especially when you're part of a 90A match. So yeah, good for him. And we have a cool-down match after that with Michelle McCool taking on Madison Lane. Madison Lane picking up the win in 9 minutes with a spinning Yakuza kick. Not much more else to say there, except Madison Lane's awesome rating. And finally, right before the main event, CM Punk is talking about he talks about Kofi Kingston, the champion. He goes, we've had a lot of battles so far. He goes, this is pretty much it, I think. Goes, either I win or I'm going to have to move along for things for a bit. But, he says he respects Kofi Kingston. He respects his work ethic. You can't knock him down for that. He goes, despite all that, he's still obviously going to win and take his title and make him look like an idiot. But that's what wrestling is about. But he takes a point to say, but The Miz, The Miz is just a coward. The Miz beats the crap out of me, so I don't get a WWE title opportunity. I assume out of jealousy because Miz wasn't good enough to be selected for that match. And he goes, all this talk of just the Miz being his name uttered just pisses CM Punk off. So he goes, I saw what Randy Orton said, and Miz, I hope for your safety that you do accept that match, because if he doesn't accept Randy Orton's match, he might just come for Miz as well. And in a 100A star match, Kofi Kingston manages to beat CM Punk pretty much for the last time. This is the last time we're going to really run this match, with a Trouble in Paradise. Wade Barrett obviously distracting Kofi Kingston, because that's, obviously there's a lot of distractions, just to kind of get that term in there. But damn, I expected a 99, but 100 is always good to see. But Kofi Kingston managing to get that big old win, keep his WWE title away from, Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett versus CM Punk 2 would have probably gotten about 100 too, just because they're both great. But again, good to see this match deliver. And then after that, Wade Barrett runs up and just souvenir elbows the crap. He Barrett barrages Kofi Kingston, and Kofi Kingston looks like he just got shot. So he just falls asleep unconscious after having a hellacious match. Wade Barrett, he's sitting there, and he goes, you know what, Kofi, I'll give you your options now. I quit match, 2 out of 3 falls, street fight. Pick your poison, Kofi. Throws the mic down, walks away like the heel he is. Wade Barrett has just knocked out the WWE champion and given him his options. So these are the options you're going to have fight. I don't know when this episodes are going up, but by the time these going up, I probably will have the polls ready. So we will have that. But yeah, there's the end of that segment. And a 97A Raw, always good to see. Yeah, pretty much good Raw. We got a 100 match again. And I will see you guys for the next SmackDown.